Hi friends, in the previous class session, we have seen the differences between structure and classes, how exactly to build classes and how exactly to create objects out of it and calling methods and properties. Today's session, we will see the property types. Actually, there are four different types of properties. One is a stored property, lazy stored property, computed property, and static properties. Let's see. Stored properties are stores values are constant. Stored properties are used in classes and structures. Whatever we have declared so far, or everything is stored properties only. The name of the book, name of price of the book, pace of the book, all those are stored properties only. Then lazy stored property. Lazy stored property is a property whose initial value is calculated until the first time it is used. Lazy means delay, slowly, right? Here, in case of stored property, what happens is, as and when you create the object, the memory will be allocated for the all the properties. The memory will be allocated for, let's say, if you have created a book, the memory will be allocated for storing the name, storing the pages, storing the price. In case of lazy stored property, the memory will not be allocated as and when you create the object, only allocated as and when you use it for the first time. When you use it, then only the memory will be allocated. If you do not use that, though you create the object, the memory will not be allocated. You indicate a lazy stored property by writing lazy modifier before declaration. We are having a keyword called lazy. Then computed property. Computed property is calculates the values rather than storing. Actually, this does not store values, but this performs some calculations. Computed properties are used in structures, enums, and classes. Computed properties provides getter and an optional setter to retrieve and set other properties and values indirectly. We'll see what exactly it is. Static properties we have already seen. Static properties are class level properties. Okay, type properties we can say type variable. Okay. Here, let's say I'm having a class called person. Person contains two stored properties. These two are general properties which may or may not contain a value. This is a lazy property. Lazy property is also similar to the var and some variable name, but we have to indicate it with lazy keyword. And what I am doing here, calculator that perform complex operation. Since this is the complex operation, I'm not going to perform it while creating the object. As and when you create the object, the memory will not be allocated for this. For rest of the things, the memory will be allocated. For clothes weight and total weight, the memory will be allocated. For actual weight, it is simply a calculation and contains some value. And static property is class level property. What I am trying to say here is, for the lazy property, the memory will not be allocated as and when you create the object. For rest of the things, the memory will be allocated. Because here we are performing complex operation, we are not going to allocate the memory as and when the object is created, but I want to allocate the memory only when I use it. Only when I use it, then only the memory will be allocated. This is computed property. Computed property, what happens is it performs some operation dynamically. It performs some operation dynamically. See here, actual weight equal to total weight minus clothes weight. To get the actual weight, if these properties changes, the actual weight also gets changed randomly, dynamically. Static property is class level property. Shared property we can say. Shared property. Okay. Here I am creating a person object called Modi. Modi dot clothes weight equal to 2.5 kilos. Modi dot total weight equal to 70.0. Person dot shared property equal to, this is static shared property. I am printing here Modi dot clothes weight to 2.5, total weight 70, actual weight. Actual weight, when you call actual weight, the actual weight will be calculated 70 minus 2.5, that is 67.5. If you change the clothes property, clothes weight and total weight here and print it, you will get the different value again. Basically, the computer property performs operations on other variables, other properties we can say. Okay, let me show you some examples here. Properties in Swift. The properties can be used in structures or classes. Let me create a car class here. Car contains where name, where brand, brand is again string, where number of kilometers ride. I'm going to create few methods here. Start, func, stop. These are actually called as, we get error because we have not initialized any values here. We can initialize values in two different ways, by using init method, or we can directly assign the values. Okay, let's see what error we get here. Car has no initializers. I'm just giving some values, 20 value for now, or else we can create one initializer. Init, I need model, number of kilometers, self dot model equal to model, self dot brand equal to brand, self dot number of kilometers, road is number of kilometers. Let me print it. Let me create first car I10 equal to car of model equal to I10 by number of kilometers 0. I want a fresh car, like a brand new car. Okay. Whenever you create an I10 car by using car class, what happens is the memory will be allocated for all three variables. For string, assume that it is 2 bytes. For this, assume that it is 2 bytes. For this, assume that this is 4 bytes. The memory will be allocated. These are called stored properties actually. One more thing, we are having lazy stored property. Lazy. I want to perform something like class resetter is my class. It simply contains a function. Okay, reset values. The value is I'm passing number of kilometers, and here I'm passing int and returning int from here for I in from, basically if I pass 4,000 kilometers, it has to reset from number of kilometers of road from to 0 by -1. current reading equal to I. And finally return 0. After resetting, the value is 0. Basically, this is another class which has one method. What it does is it simply resets the reading. Reset reading. Reset reading. Okay. Here I'm going to declare one variable here. Let lazy var lazy var reading is of type int equal to something we do here. What we do here is resetter create object dot reset rating number of kilometers. I'm just trying out first time creating. See, yeah. Let's run it. Car is created. Reset rating. I'll just re-explain it. 0 here. Number of kilometers by default 4000. Yeah, that is the reason. Let's run till here. See here, I am running till here only. Okay, if you clearly see that this line of code is not executed because no output is printed. If whenever I access it, then see the result. This is printed. Okay, whenever you access the lazy property, then only the memory will be allocated. Then only the operation. This is complex operation, right? Performing iterating 4,000 lines of code. Assume that it is 10,000. Run it. See, if you see, there is some delay here. Printing. Okay, I'm running it. See the result. There is some delay. There is some delay in printing because as and when you access the lazy property, then only the completion, then only the logic will be executed. Then only the logic will be executed. Then only the complex. This is complex operation, right? Iterating for 10,000 times. This is complex operation, so I don't want it to be reset. Only I want to reset it only when I need it. Whenever I'm trying to access the lazy property, then only I want to execute this complex operation. So that I kept it as lazy. I'll show you the difference between lazy and computation. This is clear, right? Stored property is clear. Lazy property, definition wise, you are clear. Lazy property will be, the memory will be allocated for the lazy property only when you access it. If you do not access it, the memory will not be allocated. Assume that, see here, we are accessing it, then only the computation is performing. If you do not access it, just run from till here, just to create object. The iterations are not happened because since we are not accessing the reading, the lazy property, it is not allocating the memory. I'll give you a clear example one more time. Now let's say computer property. Computer property is similar to lazy kind of lazy property only. Computer property. Alright, so the details is my computer property, which contains string. What it does is it returns brand car of brand or of model which is I20, so I10, right? Whatever model, we have model and brand with reading, that is number of kilometers. This is computer problem. What it is doing, it is performing some operation and giving the result. Here, simply storing the values, whatever values you pass, those are simply storing here. In case of computer property, it is calculating, it is computing something. It is computing something. I'll give you a better example where present price it depends on the number of kilometers it is already drove. Int return number of kilometers into actual price is of an integer equal to, assume that it is 10 lakhs. After a few days he wants to sell a car. The present price is actual price minus number of kilometers drove and 10 rupees for each kilometer. This is computer property. What it is doing, it is performing some operation dynamically and giving the result. This is lazy property. Computer property. Let's say item I have at present by default it is 0 kilometers. So if you want to purchase the brand new price of car equal to I10 dot actual price. After few days I drove for 100 kilometers and I want to sell it now. Same thing. After item number of kilometers, after 1000 kilometers I want to sell it. After 1000 kilometers the actual price will be actual price minus 1000 into 10 rupees. What is this? Number of kilometers, present price. It is not supposed to be. Let's run this and see. Sorry, present price is the computer property, not actual price. Present price. Okay, what happened if we clearly see we have purchased a car and we are trying to access the lazy property. So lazy property only one time it is printed, just simply returning some 0 and present price of the car is 10 lakhs and after driving 100 kilometers the present price is 99,000, like 9 lakhs 99,000. After driving 1000, 9 lakh 90,000. Okay, what is happening here? If you see, calculating is called once, calculating is called again, calculating is called again. 3 times, as in when you access the computer property, each time the value will be calculated. Each time the value will be calculated. This is computer property. Okay, well, let me make this as a lazy property and see. Yeah. You can see the differences like how to declare lazy property and how to declare computer property. These two looks little similar. Here also we perform some operation. Here also we perform some operation. But this is let me print allocating lazy property, calculating property. Here I just want to show you one more thing. Let me comment this. Print I10 dot what is that? Lazy property reading. I called 3 times, and similarly I'll call I10 dot present price for 3 times. See the difference? Got error. Did not mean to. Yeah, we missed that. I'm just running it. Allocating lazy property called only one time. Allocating lazy property called only one time because the lazy property is initialized only one time. Whereas if you are trying to access computed property three times this block of code executed. Which one? This block of code executed 3 times. Whereas in lazy property, this block of code executed only one time. Okay, the memory will be allocated only one time. The value will not be changed again and again for the reading, because since it is lazy property, only this is complex operation which will be performed only one time, and the value will be stored. Even if you recall it, the this operation will not be performed again and again. And finally, static property. Computed. This is also computed. This is lazy. Let me write a static property. Static where company address. Static properties are class level properties. Class level properties can be accessible by using class name only. Car dot company. Car dot company address equal to. I want to print it. I can print that. If I want to change that, I can also change that. Company address. Company address equal to. It is shifting to Bangalore. Only one variable only. Here, in case of cars, if you create I10, you will get I10. If you create I20, I20 will be created. In case of static properties, there is only one variable. If you create any number of objects, it is not related to the objects. It is related to the class. As there is only one class, the class level variables are also allocated only once. These are the variety of properties.